Oh yes, hi there. I'd like to buy 4 snowmobiles, one ATV, and a couple planks of wood. That's right. Where would I like them delivered? Oh, I don't want them delivered. I can come pick it up in my nice big V8 truck. Yep. Great. I'll see you soon. Oh, hi there. Didn't see you guys there. Hey everyone, welcome back to Gone Driving. For this week's video, I'll be reviewing the 2021 GMC Sierra Denali, and special thanks to General Motors Canada for providing me with my first ever press fleet. So thanks to subs, thanks to all the viewers that made this happen, and I'm obviously gonna be getting many more. So thanks for that. And of course, if you enjoy watching the video, make sure you hit the like button. And of course, there's gonna be more content with the Sierra coming very soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. First and foremost, I'll be honest with you guys, GMC was a brand that I wasn't really familiar with. I knew they made trucks, vans, and obviously the Yukon, the SUV, but besides that, I wasn't really familiar with it. I wasn't supposed to get this car, actually. I was supposed to get a different car, which will be coming hopefully soon to the channel. But yeah, I mean, this car has been a blast to drive for the last few days. It has been an experience and a half, and I'm very excited to talk about what I think of this car. And of course, I'm very grateful for General Motors for hooking the car up, and I'm very thankful for that. But Gone Driving's #1 principle is that we're going to be unbiased and give honest reviews, and that's exactly what I did as I drove this car for the past few days. So GMC's Sierra model lineup has a bunch of different trim levels within it, and this is the Denali, which is the highest trim level you can get. And what does that bring you? Well, it's got a lot of luxury features, a lot of cool mechanical, technical features, and technological, and just overall, it's the most premium truck you can get in the market. And before we get into the main review of the car, I wanted to go over some of the main specs or the basic specs in the Sierra Denali. First and foremost, the Sierra Denali comes as a crew cab, which is 4 doors, as you can see from the side here, and then it comes with a standard box or a short box, depending on what your needs are. And then the cargo volume in this car can be anywhere from between 62.9 to 71 cubic feet. It seats up to 5 people. We'll see that later on when we go through the interior. And it can tow up to 9,500 pounds, which is industry leading. From the front end of the car, GMC Sierra Denali has a very menacing and a very mean look. I really like it. We've got this nice big GMC logo here with this chrome grille here, which has 10,000 reflective surfaces, so very nice. And you'll see the chrome all around the car. I think that's specific to the Denali. It really pops out with this onyx black body color. So if you're gonna get a GMC Sierra Denali, make sure you get it in black. And then overall here, we've got these 2 hooks in the front to pull you out of any situations or anything on or off road. Then we've got these C-shaped headlights right over here. LEDs, very powerful at night and very good. LED fog lights down here at the bottom. And of course, just overall, very nice front end. Under the hood, this GMC Sierra Denali comes with a 6.2 liter V8 that puts out 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque with a catback exhaust system that sounds like. But let's be honest here, a 6.2 liter V8 engine might sound really nice and it might be all nice on paper, but it's not the most fuel efficient option, which is why GMC offers other variants as well. You've got a Duramax 3-liter diesel engine. You've got a 5.3-liter V8 as well, producing a little less horsepower, but still practical for those people who want to use it. From the side of the truck, we've got these massive 22-inch rims finished in a chrome finish here. It looks absolutely baller. And if you were to spec out a 2021 Sierra Denali, I'd recommend you do it in these wheels. Although by the time you're watching this, a 2022 will be out. So fingers crossed I can review that and you can catch me on that one. The Sierra Denali also has a segment-exclusive ride control. So it's basically a damper monitoring system where every 2 milliseconds the dampers are adjusted based on the compression and the road surfaces, making sure that the driver and everyone else in the car has a very comfortable ride. And then moving on here, we've got the chrome, as I talked about in the front. The whole Denali gets it's chrome all around the car. We have these nice little LED lights here, so you can turn these on at night, which we'll put a clip in. Very nice, I guess, when you're moving things around, when you just need extra light. So it's like a little, it works like a spotlight. And then nothing else here. There's no turn signals like you see in conventional cars, which is okay in my opinion. I don't have an issue. And then moving on here, we've got the Denali logo on the side of the door. Again, reminding everyone else that you've got the most premium GMC truck out there. And then on the side here for the handles, we've got a keyless entry system, as a premium truck should have. Although my only concern with this car is the fact that when you enter the car, you should be able to unlock it through this way. But actually, you have to actually press this button and then open the car. It's a small little critique, but I personally feel like that's a lot more convenient than having to press this button every single time. So you unlock it like this, you open the car, the running boards come out. For a shorter man like me, I hop on and I'm good to go. And speaking of running boards here, they're very good, very quick to come out and help you get into the vehicle. It's very useful, I'll tell you that. And also a cool feature about them is that you can open them up here and then extend them out here if you want to reach to the back of the car. So you move them here, step on them, and then you grab whatever it is that you need to grab. So now moving on to the back of the truck, we've got a massive 6-function multi-pro tailgate that GMC calls. It is very functional, which we'll see in a little bit. It's very, very nice. It's got a nice little party trick in there as well, which we'll go through in a bit. And then we've got these little steps here, again, to enter your bed without actually having to, go use a tire or whatever else you might have to use to get into the bed, which is very convenient. And as I was mentioning earlier, the tailgate is very nice, looks very simple, but it's actually not. It's a 6-function multi-pro tailgate. So if you want to open it up as a regular bed would, or to access the bed, you just press this here, and it opens up. The tailgate looks pretty simple and straightforward, right? Well, it's not. There's actually way more to this. So if you want to step into the bed, you press the button right over here. It goes down. It's a little slow because it is a chilly Canadian morning, but what can we do, right? And then you let this open up, and then here's the best party trick of all. You open this up, and you've got a kicker sound speaker system here. So for your tailgates or picnics or anything else in the summer especially, this is a great feature. You can just connect your phone and you can play music. And of course, so you use this to step into the bed, and you've got a handlebar right over here in case you need this. So you just very good as well. And of course, if you don't actually want to open up the full tailgate, you can actually open up just the top portion of it, so you can just access stuff easily and not have to open the full tailgate. And also, if you want a little bit more space, or if you just want something to stop your goods or whatever you have in the truck, you can actually open this up here. So that way, let's say you have pieces of wood or anything else that you don't want sliding out or hitting other people, you've got this here to stop that. And in terms of the overall bed liner, we've got nice Denali badging there to remind you again that you've got a Denali. And then we've got a 12-volt plug right over here on the side. On any cargo or anything else you might have on the sides of the bed. And then in the rear of the Sierra Denali, as you can see here, there's a lot of space. I think that's the best feature, or one of the cool features about this truck, is that there's space all around. So sitting in here, first thing that I'm not, but hey, to each their own. You've also got some cutouts here on the top for people with bigger heads, so you know your head's not bumping in the back of the truck. And then overall, we have these nice brown leather, perforated leather seats. They're available in a brown and gray option or a black. Kind of limited for the choices, but hey, that's what you get. But for 2022, hopefully that changes, right? And all they actually fold up, so you can get more storage. We've got a snow brush here right now, Canadian winter, right? You can also put a fishing stick here, whatever else you might have, so that's very convenient. Right behind the seat, which is an interesting place to put stuff, but hey, you got space here to store whatever it is. I'm not really sure what you would put in here, but maybe a book or maybe a lunch box, I don't know. And then we've also got an armrest here, a decent size, with 2 cup holders and a little middle area for your phones or whatever else. So in total, the backseat area gets actually 4 cup holders. And at first, I was a little hesitant and skeptical about these 2 cup holders, but once I started driving this truck, I actually found it quite useful to use these as opposed to the ones by the driver's side. So hey, kind of worked out. And then also in the middle console area here, we've got 2 vents, a USB-C and a USB port, and heated seats, which is very convenient. And of course, we've got an adapter as well, which is nice. All right, now sitting in the part of the car, because that's where most of the Sierra Denali owners will be spending their time. As soon as you get in, there's a lot going on, but there's a lot of space. I think that's what I like the most about this truck, is that there's lots of space just even for your arm. I mean, look at the size of the armrest. It's very, very big. And then looking at the gauge cluster here, so it's semi-digital. So what I mean by that is that the middle portion here, you've got your speed, you've got other information as well, like your car information, like your tires, your gas mileage, and all that sorts of stuff. But then you They're not digital, they're the analog style. However, for the 2022, that changes as well. Again, hopefully I can review it sooner than later. I don't know when that will be though, but make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can do that. So this would be the auto track system that GMC is very proud of and talks a lot about in the Sierra lineup. So you have actually the option to make this car from a four-wheel drive to a two-wheel drive, which is very, very cool. Not a lot of trucks can do that right now. It's very convenient for, let's say, if you're trying to go into deep snow, deep gravel, whatever it might be. It's very, very useful. And then we also got our lighting controls here. And as I mentioned earlier, on the side mirrors, you've got the little spotlight. I call it a spotlight. The lights on the top of the side mirrors, you can control them from here as well, which is very nice. And then on the top there, you've got a little controller for your trailer. So if you do trailer something, you can obviously change or control that from here. And then you can fold your mirrors like so, which is very good. Actually a very, very good size, and it's very convenient for when you're towing big things in the back. It provides you a lot of visibility. And now moving on to the center console area, which is probably the heart of this interior. Personally, I do feel like this is quite traditional for 2021. I do understand that the 2022 has 15-inch screen right over here, 15-inch screen in the gauge cluster as well. But I think for the most part, this gets the job done. It's very practical. It's very easy to use. Again, the buttons are here. I'm a proponent of a mix of both. So I think GMC had a good balance here, and obviously with everything changing to just fully screens, GMC had to adapt to that in their new Sierra Denali. I get it, but personally, I'll be okay with this. Although it might be a little bit dated, I'm more than okay with this. And then moving up to the screen here, it's an 8-inch touchscreen, very easy to use, very responsive. It's got navigation, your music, your telephone options as well, and it's got wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You've got wireless charging mat here for your phones, and then we've got 15 camera angles, as rightfully so. This car is massive, so when I drove this car around for the past couple of days, I really found it useful to use those camera angles when you're parking, when you're coming out of garages, stuff like that is very, very helpful. So the cameras in this car are phenomenal, and you've got your volume control and your tune knob as well, so that's nice. Again, a lot of cars are dating that out in the 2022 Sierra Denali. I'm not sure if they phased out the volume knob. I hope they didn't, because I actually really like it, but hey, it's the way the things are going to be, right? And also another thing that I noticed here is that on the touchscreen itself, we've got the temperature for outside, but in the actual gauge cluster, you can't see it anymore. It's a little inconvenient, is what I'll say, because oftentimes when you're driving in your gauge cluster, as opposed to looking here, especially when you're in CarPlay, you actually have to press the home button and then be able to get to see what the temperature is. And then also for the center console area, as I mentioned earlier, there's a wireless charging mat here for your phones. It's very fast charging, actually. I was very impressed by it. And then also on the top portion here, we've got a bunch of safety and of other features. You got your traction control, your plug outlet switch for your trailers or anything you tow in the back, your running board extension, so you can extend them out even when the doors are not open for any offloading or onloading into the truck. And then you also got your parking sensor on and off switch. You've got your lane keep assist. I really found that useful, but we'll see that a little bit later when we go for a drive. And then you can also open or close the tailgate bed door from here. And of course, you can also control the auto start stop engine, which is nice. You've got your USB-C and USB ports for charging your devices, and you've also got a full adapter here for your devices or charging anything else, which is very nice. And then for the cup holders, actually, these are not heated or cooled, but again, for the 2022, I think it might have it, but we won't know. I should get $1 for every time I say 2022 Sierra Denali. And then in the armrest area here, we've got a massive amount of storage space. I mean, I could put my whole hand here almost if you see it. Again, we've got a USB-C and USB port here as well, so basically 2 of each, which is very, very nice. You've got lots of space. It's not cooled or heated by any means, but lots of space. From what I saw online, you can actually get this as a safe as well, so if you want to lock up some stuff in here, you're more than welcome to do so. I put my phone here for the most part, and I found it very useful because the phone wasn't sliding around or anything, with the grip tray here, which is very nice. And again, as I mentioned, the brown perforated leather seats, they're very good, very comfortable, and very snug, so no complaints there. And then also we've got the rear view mirror here, right? It looks conventional, but it's actually not. It's actually got the rear view camera mirror, which is very convenient. I like it because, again, for a big car like this, especially with the seats and then the bed, it's sometimes hard to see with just a conventional mirror. So having the rear view camera was actually very useful. And then we've got your controls here, the SOS, and then the onboard safety features. You've got your sunroof, your controls for your garage. So if you want to open or close, you can just program it here. And that's very nice as well. And then with the steering wheel here, it's a nice leather wrap steering wheel with the Denali badge in the middle. Again, reminding you what car you're in. On the left here, we've got our cruise control settings and our cruise control features. You've also got your gap adjustment for the cars in front of you. It's a safety collision monitoring system here. It's very nice that it's here as opposed to going through the screen to find it. It's very annoying. It's not the most practical thing. And of course, heated steering wheel, very useful for a day like today when it's minus 15. And on the right side of the steering wheel here, we've got our voice activation, declining your call button here, and we've got our arrows to navigate the digital gauge cluster portion of the car. So left and right arrows are just fine, but then here is where my concern kicks in. We've got up and down arrows, but actually no purpose for them. I don't know if I'm missing on something. Maybe I am. Just let me know in the comments below if I am, but I find it a little annoying when you have the scroller to go up and down. What's the point of the arrows? Again, it's a little bit weird, but it is what it is. And then we've got our gear shifter here. It's a traditional American pickup truck style lever here, but in the 2022, I know they took this off and they actually have the gear selector here in the Sierras, so that's nice. And then also, if you want to start your car, you just press the button here. There's no key or anything like that, so that's nice. And overall, just a very nice, comfortable feeling to be in the driver's seat of the Sierra Denali. All right, guys, so currently driving the 2021 Sierra Denali. I'll be going over just a couple of things that I like in the car, just the overall driving experience and how that engine sounds, and that's about it. So first and foremost, the one thing that I really want to mention or highlight is the V8 engine in this car. If you're gonna get a Sierra Denali, in my opinion, you have to get this, or else I don't think there's any point in getting a Sierra Denali at all, because the way this car sounds, it's so good. So I'm gonna give it a little floor here, a little rev. Yeah, trust me, none of this is pumped-in audio at all. It's 430 horsepower V8 engine. It is a bit on the heavier side, so obviously the pickup is a little bit delayed, and there's no turbo or any sort of other thing supporting that acceleration. So the pickup isn't as quick as you would imagine it to be, but that sound just reciprocates everything else. In terms of the overall ride quality and the ride experience, the handling is pretty tight. I mean, I go left and right. The steering response is pretty quick. It's snap-on. And the two-track system, the drivetrain system, I've had a chance to experience the four-wheel drive in full action. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you see it, we haven't had any snow here in the Toronto area. Although the day I do give this car back, we're supposed to get a huge snow blast, so just my luck, right? But overall, it's a pretty high up feeling. It's much higher than what I'm used to driving. I mean, I drive a hatchback as a daily, so it was definitely a pretty big jump when I got in this car. And overall, the view, like the visibility in this car is really good. There's no complaints around that, and that exhaust just makes everything so much better, I feel like. And I feel like, I mean, if you need to trailer or tow, or if you're moving around a lot of things, the V8 engine might not be the best choice for you. It's definitely not the most efficient engine you can get in the Sierra, that's for sure. And that's why there's a diesel. So if you really need to, haul a lot of things, you're doing a lot of long trips, the diesel is the right way for you to go. Might not sound as good, but hey, practicality over sound for some people, not for myself. But other than that, the luxurious feeling in this truck is there. It screams as soon as you get into it. The leather seats, the seats are very comfortable. They're very plush. They hold you in. I don't really see anything cheap in this car. The buttons, even like the knobs, the volume control knobs, are they seem very premium quality, which is a great thing. And the visibility in the front, especially with the heads-up display, is so clear. I wouldn't change a thing about that. Alright, so we're going to do another little launch here. Not so much of a launch, but just a Just a simple little blast off the line. Yeah, so it sounds really good, as I said. And then in terms of the ride quality, so as I mentioned earlier, on the outside of the car, this has adaptive dampers. So this has the ride control is monitored and adjusted every 2 milliseconds to make sure that the ride is the most comfortable possible, which is really, really nice. I mean, for someone like myself who didn't actually go on any off-roads or didn't go on any, gravel roads, and I still hit potable roads, I could feel the adaptive dampers working and doing their magic, which is what you want in a pickup truck like this. Just to touch back again on the safety features. As I said, this car is loaded with them. There's no doubts about that. A cool feature that I really liked having in this car is this fact that when you're reversing into a parking spot or just reversing in general, you get close to an object, your seat starts to vibrate a little bit. So it's a nice little feature that, as opposed to having just the audio or like the sound effects telling you, you're getting close to something, this actually has the vibrating seats, and it's very nice. It's very convenient. So, I mean, between the 2021 and 2022 GMC Sierra Denali, I think the biggest difference is the fact that one has a lot more screens and the other one doesn't. But no, jokes aside, that one obviously has a lot more technology and a lot more, I guess, convenience because of technology. But if you really just want a truck that's very good, very practical, and you want your controls to be easily accessible, because I'll tell you that right now, with a screen, it makes things so much harder to access because they're all blanketed under different functions. So, whether you want to access your climate, your drive mode, whatever it might be, you have to probably go through a bunch of different screen settings or screen features before you get there. Whereas with this, everything's in front of you. So your climates are here, your infotainment, your music, and your navigation, it's all up here. So you're not really going back and forth. You're not really wasting time. And I've seen a lot of people get frustrated with that. So it really depends on preference. I feel like that's what it is more than anything else. If you want the newest everything, because from the outside, the new Sierra Denali is not that much different. I mean, there's a couple of changes on the headlights, the taillights, maybe a couple of changes on the body, but that's about it. So do you really want to pay that extra premium to get essentially an identical truck, or you can just have this and get on with your everyday life for your errands? I have noticed that GMC really prides themselves on their Denali brand. They really go all out and make sure that the driver or the person who owns the car is reminded that they really are in a Denali, not just a regular trim level GMC vehicle. I mean, you've got the Denali here in the front on your steering, the Denali on the seats. So they really do all the efforts to remind you, and I think that's a really nice touch by them. They don't have to do it, but hey, when you drive a car that's over $80,000, I think having these friendly reminders make the experience just a little bit better. So there's obviously going to be hesitation when you want to buy. There's going to be hesitation in buying a $85,000 car. Period. Doesn't matter what brand it is. And then with the GMC, I feel like they're trying to really elevate the luxury side of it, and they've done a pretty good job so far. So hats off to them for coming with a truck that essentially competes right against the F-150 and the Ram. And honestly, I haven't really had a chance to fully be or drive a F-150 or a Ram, but from what it looks like right now, I would pick this car over those two, simply because of how much more premium this feels, and the fact that it's a little bit more of a niche, right? So you don't see that many Sierra Denalis, and that kind of makes you special. The logic might add up, might not, hey, but to me, it definitely would be a nice thing, that I have a car that's not as common, or I have a truck that's not as common. So here are my final thoughts on the 2021 GMC Sierra Denali. If you're in the market for a premium luxury pickup truck, GMC Sierra cannot let you down. I will tell you that for sure. The price point is definitely a little bit higher than most people would expect, but you're getting a whole lot of car, and of course with that engine, you're getting an amazing power joint. So there's no going wrong. I mean, sure, the F-150 is there, the Rams are there, and they're obviously the chosen ones, the more traditional ones. But hey, I would definitely recommend to take a chance and give the Sierra a shot, because I can guarantee you it will not let you down. And from the experience that I've had, there is no letdowns whatsoever, besides the small gimmicks and small things. So between this and the 2022, it's really just a matter of preference. You can get the 2022 Sierra with all the screens, and obviously you get to lose this here, and then you basically have that same identical truck. I mean, there's nothing else changed about it. So it's really a preference thing, and depends on who wants to really fish out that 85,000, which is this car's 85,000. So I'm guessing the newer one will be maybe just a little bit expensive. I'm not sure how much it is. I haven't looked into it. And although I don't have my hands on the 2022 GMC Sierra Denali, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because sooner than later, hopefully, I can review that and we can have a solid comparison between this and that one. And with that, my review on the 2021 GMC Sierra Denali comes to a conclusion. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure you hit the like button, and of course, if you want to watch more content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because there is 2 more videos coming out with the truck, so be sure you tune in for that. And of course, if you like anything specific on the truck, make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Besides that, I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Take care.